He might have slid in. I don't know. How are the roads out there, Jeff?
They're not bad. I think it's good that it snowed. It kind of slushed everything up.
Yeah,
so
I noticed that. Just walking out of my garage into the driveway this morning, I was like, it's kind of nice because I'm not slipping and falling down on the ice. It's all nicely tucked away underneath a little bit of snow there.
The dog that went out yesterday in the driveway and
all legs out like
all
Bambi?
legs out. Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. Well, hey, you know what? This is one of them vehicles this time of year that people might like to have. Those big diesel engines, you just let them run, and they just keep your vehicle warm, and they get you from point A to point B. We're talking about the big diesel Duramax. Is that right?
That's right.
You guys?
Yeah, started up in November and shut it off in March.
Yeah, exactly.
It works.
Yeah.
All right. So the 2017 GMC Sierra, came out with a new 6.6-liter Duramax diesel. Now, a lot of people are probably freaking out because they've had virtually the same diesel for the past 20 years, and it's virtually bulletproof. Fantastic engine. Everybody loves it. Why would you change it? It's one of those things, right? Everybody why? What are you doing? Why fix it if it isn't broken? So what they've done is they basically made it more capable. Any of the parts in there that they can make stronger, they made stronger. Any of the parts they can make lighter and stronger, they made lighter and stronger. So it's still a 6.6-liter Duramax diesel. It's still a Duramax. Everything is good there. But 90% of that engine is new. So 90% of those components and parts are new, and they are better. I mean, yes, don't fix it if it isn't broken, but if we can make it better, obviously it makes sense to do so. So the former Duramax in the 2016s and prior were 397 horsepower and 765 foot-pounds of torque. Very capable. There's nothing that it can't really pull. What they've done is, with these new parts that they put in this engine, it's now up to 445 horsepower and a laughable 910, almost 1,000 foot-pounds of torque.
Wow.
So just crazy capable. It's like some people would go and they would tune their diesels. They would make them more capable with a tuner or chip, those kind of things. It's like that from the factory. So fuel efficiency and trailering capacity are maxed out from the factory. It is as capable as it can possibly be. Not only that, but it's actually quieter. It's the quietest Duramax that's ever been out there, and that's due to the new fuel system and acoustic-treated rocker covers. So they've done a lot to make it, which is crazy, because if you have like a 13, 14, 15, you'd be like, wow, this thing's super quiet. The fact that it's got quieter is pretty wild. Something also changed is the diesel exhaust fluid, that DEF tank. It was 5.3 gallons. They actually bumped that up to 7 gallons on the new diesels. So just less times that you'll have to stop and fill that up, which is great. Also, there's a ton of really good third-party reviews and studies out there. And our Duramax uses significantly less DEF fuel than the other trucks. So the fact that we have a larger tank and we use a fraction of what the other trucks do, it's really nice, that you don't have to, especially in the wintertime, get out, and you might be able to go through the whole winter without having to put any DEF in, which would be great. But when you come in for service at Snell Motors, of course, they top that off all the time, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, one of the biggest things of all here, besides the 90% new engine, is the new fully functional air intake hood. All right, it looks sweet. You can look at it online. It looks like a big, bad aftermarket hood. Some people have put that on their trucks before, but we're talking about a fully functional air intake hood, and it's from the factory. Okay, so 55% of the air that comes in comes through that hood intake. The other 45% comes through that kind of front grill area through the fenders. The air coming through the hood keeps the induction temperatures down, and the biggest thing that it's going to do is it helps when you're putting stress on the engine. So if you're going up a hill, you have a heavy load, the temperatures are really warm. Those kind of situations, you want cool air forced into that, right? Makes sense? Well, this is helping force as much cool air in as possible. So, yeah, again, picture yourself, all of those things, going up a hill when it's hot out, and your truck, you've seen those semis start to slow down. Think of that kind of situation. You don't want that. You want to keep up that pace so somebody doesn't rear-end your trailer. So the first question I had in this air induction hood system is, sometimes we get rain and snow around here. What happens when that forces all of that moisture into that hood right into the air box? Well, what it does is it takes all that in, right? It takes a 90-degree turn, and then it ends up in this expansion chamber, which is going to be by the corner of the hood closest to the driver. Now, from then, it takes a straight left-hand turn over to the airbox, but when it hits that corner, all of that moisture and snow and water and ice and everything hits that wall of that corner and drops down, and it falls right to the ground from there. So all of the air that goes over to the left from there into the air box is completely dry, cool, not going to harm the engine whatsoever, and help performance significantly. Now, a lot of people ask, well, K&N air filter, man, it's like 8 extra horsepower. What does this give me for additional power? It doesn't give any additional power. It just gives you better capability. You don't lose power. You don't gain power because we already gained that from the new engine, but you just don't ever lose that power in those really, really tough conditions. And that's when you don't have enough cool air flowing into that engine. That's where you start to lose power. Now, there's a lot, 90% new components. So, I mean, the list goes on forever with the new, stronger cylinder block and cylinder heads, increased oil and coolant flow capacity, radiator capacity is increased, new EGR system. I mean, literally, it's a mile-long list that I won't cover, but if you want to know more, I can easily print out some of you people that are super interested in the inner workings of that engine. We can print out and give you a full recap of everything that is different, so you can be excited about it. We have our first one on the ground that you can physically look at. It was ordered pre-sold, so it's not available for a drive, but we have plenty of them in transit that'll be available for a test drive. So if it's something you want to drive the second it gets there, I recommend calling or stopping in, put your name on a list, and we'll call you right away as soon as it gets there to take it for a drive.
I like how there's all this technology, and you've got this great diesel engine, and what it comes down to is, man, that hood looks cool. And it's true. It really does. You're like, that's almost hot rod looking.
Yep.
Super awesome. So stop in and talk to Jeff about the Duramax diesel at Snell Motors today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Today, thank you.